Good afternoon. This is Spiritwalker, and I'd like to talk to you today about one of the products that we have for sale at Nomadic Enterprises under the brand Bourbon Barrel Apothecary. Now, you're with me out here where we actually wild forage for most of all of the products that we sell, herbs and herbal products that we make from the wild herbs that we forage. And I'm going to show you exactly where this product comes from. And you can see for yourself that when we say this is a natural organic product, it is wild harvested and we forage for it ourselves. We're not lying. And you're going to see firsthand right where this comes from. Okay? So basically, this product is called Usnea. This is the product that I'm talking about right now. Now, Usnea is also known as old man's beard. It is a lichen moss that grows all over the United States, wherever there is an abundance of moisture and where there are soft and hard trees. So we're looking at the forest all over North America, and you can see this lichen moss just growing on these trees. And in the big windstorms and rainstorms, it will fall to the ground, and it's easier to collect then. It is in abundance, but you still should practice sustainable and safe foraging methods. Anytime you take anything from nature, you should be thankful and always practice sustainable and safety when it comes to foraging for these products. So we have an abundance here that's growing in northern Arizona, and this is the world's biggest, you can see it behind me, the world's biggest ponderosa pine forest. Okay, and this is where we call home at most of the time. As you know, we are nomadic and we roll around the United States in our home and we wild forage for natural products or natural items, and then we take those items and we turn them into natural products that we can sell to you. You're going to learn what Usnea is, what it's used for, why you need it, and we're going to show you firsthand where it comes from. So right here, as you can see, this is one of the trees that we harvest from. And you can see that this tree is just completely loaded with the Usnea. Usnea, also known as old man's beard. See it right there? It's also known as a lichen beard. So it grows on the branches. It is moist here, especially during monsoon season. And this is wild Usnea. It also grows directly on the tree itself. You can see here it grows directly on the tree. And this tree basically is a medicine tree. I mean, it's just completely loaded. You can see it there behind me, how much is just on it. And this is just one of the trees. If we walk around the forest a little bit, you can see that here on this tree up above me, it may be too bright, but you can see just how much Usnea is growing on this tree. And this is just one more tree. And we have thousands of trees here in the world's biggest ponderosa pine forest. Here on this tree, you can see that it's actually growing right on the tree trunk all the way up the tree. No branches low on this tree. And Usnea is also, we can find it on the ground because a lot of windstorms and a lot of rainstorms come through here. Especially at this time of the year. And if you look on the ground, like right here, I can find Usnea just all over the ground. So this is where the Usnea comes from. This is where we wild forage for the Usnea. Okay, and then it is washed in cool water. That way we don't extract any of the medicinal properties out of that herb before you get it. Because the best way to extract the medicine excuse me, out of the herb is either with very hot water or with an alcohol, a very high percentage alcohol, also known as making tinctures or making decoctions or making an infusion, which some people call tea, although not tea in general. It is an herbal infusion. And so we wash it in cool water just to get all of the dust off of it and all of the pollen. And then we package it up. Once it dries, we dry it in the sun naturally. And then your Usnea is going to be packaged up in a double Ziploc bag. And it's going to be labeled. Okay, whatever size. This happens to be 2 ounces of Usnea. It is a quart bag. completely loaded with Usnea. And we sell Usnea on the site according to the different ounces that you're looking for. This is a 2-ounce bag. It will come in a Ziploc bag just like this. And then the Ziploc bag is going to be packaged very neatly and safely inside of a box or inside of a padded envelope, whichever we have available, and then that is going to be shipped to you within 3 days. Now, why do you want this Usnea? Well, I just showed you where it comes from. And I'm back inside of our mobile office, and I can look right out the window, and I'm going to show you this real quick because it's very interesting, but just right out the window. Look at this tree right here, completely loaded with medicine. So now you see where it comes from. You see how natural it is, and you see how we package it up nice and safe in case the package gets wet, which we have had some of our packages get wet on the way to the customer. The product inside will still be sealed in a plastic bag, and the package might be destroyed, but your product is still good. So what are you going to do with Usnea? There's a lot of stuff you can do with Usnea. The first thing is, let me tell you, Usnea is antimicrobial. It is an antibiotic, natural antibiotic. It is a natural antifungal. This is what it looks like up close. This is just a wad of it. And it just comes apart just like that. And you can break it down as small as you want. It is antiviral, antimicrobial. It's an antibiotic. It's antifungal. This stuff will take care of you no matter what the problem is. If you take it on a daily basis, it will increase your immune system. Okay? Usnea is known to increase your immune system. It is loaded with vitamin C. So this is great to use while you have a cold or the flu or any kind of respiratory illness or upper respiratory illness or anything going on with your lungs, anything going on with your urinary tract, because this runs through your system, and everything that it provides, all the medicine is left in the system. So this is a medicine you just cannot do without. If you're into natural medicines, Usnea or Old Man's Beard is one of those medicines you've got to have on your apothecary shelf, and you can get it from us today. Now, you can make your own tincture with this, okay? And I have here a jar of tincture, and it's full of an herb. I'm not sure if this is ready yet. Let me look and see. Yeah, matter of fact, this is ready. This is our hawthorn tincture that we are brewing right now, and it is ready. You can do Usnea just like this. Basically, you just fill it halfway with the dried Usnea, and then you fill it all the way to the top. Leave a little bit of head space like you're canning, and with a very high-grade alcohol, and then let it sit for about a month. And you strain that, and you have your own tincture. That's what you can do with the Usnea. You can also take the Usnea, and you can take a little bit of the Usnea, something like 2 small pinches or a tablespoon or 2. Got a glass here. Just drop it in. Remember that the Usnea is washed. If you gather it on your own, though, you want to wash it because it does have a lot of dust and a lot of pollen in this. So you take the Usnea and you just drop it into the cup. And then I have here some very hot water. You want to boil your water whenever you're using it to make an herbal infusion. Herbs need boiling water. So we have here very hot water. And you just dump it into here in your Usnea. And some people call this herbal tea, but it's actually known as an herbal infusion because there are no tea leaves. Now, this will sit covered. You can cover it with the lid. Let it sit covered for about 10 to 15 minutes because medicinal infusions need to sit 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? And so we just let this sit. And then once it's done, you can add a sweetener to it if that's what you like, or you can drink it just like it is. It's going to have a very mild flavor, a very kind of like an earthy, but very, very mild. Now, the best way to do this, and I'll tell you, it's really boring tea because there's not a whole lot of flavor that's in the Usnea. The best way to make your Usnea tea for medicinal purposes is to let it sit for 15 minutes with the lid on it at boiling water, but add another herb to it for flavor, like chamomile, peppermint is a good one to add to any kind of herbal teas that don't have a lot of flavor. Something that you like a whole lot, and let that brew, and you'll have a blend, and you'll still get the medicinal properties that's in the Usnea. Okay, so you can make herbal infusions, you can make herbal tinctures, which is a major medicine. And once this is done, you strain it. Okay, you can leave it in here, but it's easier if you strain it. And I have here a jar of strained Usnea. As you can see, it turns yellow. And this is the Usnea tincture that we actually have for sale on the site right now. Okay, and we sell this at 2 ounces, 1 ounce, and 4 ounce bottles at different prices. So you'll strain your Usnea, and you put it in here, and you can make your own medicine this way. The other way that you can use the Usnea is, and people do use it for other than medicinal purposes, but for crafts, because the Usnea is a natural product, then it is good to use in natural craft products. It's good to use in natural decor. And some people do buy our Usnea, and they'll make natural things out of it to decorate their homes with. Okay, it doesn't have a smell, but if you take it and cover it with an essential oil, it will hold that oil smell for a very long time, and it will just give it off like some sort of homemade potpourri. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of ways that you can use our Usnea, and it's organic, so you don't have to worry about any kind of chemicals in this. And you see, we're way out in the forest, so this doesn't even have car exhaust or any kind of other chemicals that would come from vehicles and such. This does not have anything, so this is clean. And that's one of the best reasons that you should buy the Usnea from Bourbon Barrel Apothecary over at nomadic-enterprises.com. And most likely I'll be the one harvesting it for you. And if you buy any of our other products, I'll be the one making that for you as well. If you have any questions about our Usnea, just drop me a line down below the video here and say whatever your question is, or you can send your questions to Spiritwalker at nomadic-enterprises.com, and I will be able to get back to you within 24 hours to answer your question. And that is all that I have for you today. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you come and buy some Usnea from us, and natural health is the best.